Okay, please allow me to share. Hope you can see my PowerPoint slides. In the name of Allah, most beneficent, ever merciful. Assalamu'alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon. Honorable Professor Dr. Masadi Said, our respected lecturers, and dear friends here. My name is Sri Yusriani, but most of my students simply call me Miss Sarah. Thank you very much for giving me this wonderful opportunity to share one of the most meaningful experiences in my teaching journey. Today, I would like to begin with a simple question. How can we help students speak English with confidence? I chose this topic because in EFL classrooms, many learners actually know vocabulary and grammar, but they still feel afraid to speak. Therefore, my focus today is simple. How we are as teachers can help shy learners become braver and more confident speakers. Bismillah, let's begin. Before discussing today's topic, dear, please allow me to briefly introduce myself related in this topic. I have been working as a part-time English teacher since 2010. Since 2020, I have also served as an English language exchange mentor through virtual learning communities. During these years, I have had the privilege of teaching learners from Indonesia, Malaysia, Poland, Germany, Denmark, Turkey, Morocco, Pakistan, Tunisia, Ukraine, Belarus, Greece, Slovenia, Luxembourg, the Philippines, and several other countries. Most of my classes are conducted through one-to-one coaching and small focus group discussions consisting of 6 or 7 learners. Besides teaching everyday English, I also coach learners to prepare for conference presentations, academic speaking, manuscript writing, and international communication. I'm happy with this journey. I have learned one very important lesson. Students learn best when they feel psychologically safe to speak. This idea is also supported by Edmondson's research on psychological safety and learning behavior in teams, Edmondson's 1999. In this presentation, I will explain 6 main points. First, I will discuss the problem of speaking anxiety. Second, I will explain why learners fear speaking. Third, I will connect this issue with self-efficacy. Fourth, I will share practical classroom strategies. Fifth, I will explain the teacher's role. Finally, I will close with the main message of this presentation. Conclusion. As teachers, we do not only teach English as a language. We also help students build courage, confidence, and communication habits. For core problem, I have mentioned many EFL learners know English, but they feel afraid to speak. Fear often blocks communication. In my experience as a learner, teacher, and education practitioner, silence does not always mean students don't know the answer. Sometimes silence means they are nervous, afraid, or not yet confident. Maybe because this is the first time. Oh my God. Anxiety is real. This is also related to language anxiety. Horvitz and Co. explained that foreign language anxiety can affect students' performance in the classroom. So the problem is not always grammar. Sometimes the deeper issue is confidence and emotional safety. Then next slide. Why students fear speaking? Students may fear speaking for several reasons. They may worry about wrong pronunciation. Actually, for polyglot, for some students who speaks many languages, they can make a clue to speak different pronunciations. For your information, some languages sometimes with different pronunciations with the same meanings, or sometimes we find same words with different meanings. For example, in Poland, you can say kantor. In Indonesia, kantor also, but it's a different place. In English, technology, the same with a friend in Danish and another friends from Netherlands oftentimes speak with the words technology or technology. For example, in Philippines, there is word salamat sayo. In Indonesia, usually we can say selamat. So learning more language makes we feel more excited while we find new experience, new unique words. And in this context, some students also compare themselves with others. So they become afraid before before they even try. So maybe not only wrong grammar, being loud at, or not having enough practice. In English as a foreign language context, students often have limited chance to use English outside the classroom. That is why the classroom should become a safe place, a safe space for practice more. In my view, teachers need to remember this. In EFL, silence may hide effort, not laziness. Then in this slide, self-efficacy matters. Here I use Bandura's concept of self-efficacy. Bandura explains that self-efficacy is about people's belief in the ability to do something. In simple words, students need to believe, I can try and try again. I can improve. And mistakes are part of learning. When students believe that, oh, they can improve, they are more willing to speak. Confidence does not appear suddenly. It grows through small success, encouragement, and repeated practice. For me, this is very important in EFL teaching. Students do not need to be perfect first before speaking. They need safe chance to try. According to Bandura in 1997, belief saves effort and persistence. I always have these words. Nice sentence. And I repeat in the classroom to my students, every expert was once a beginner. Every achievement begins with the courage to take the first step. Keep learning and keep growing. Confidence grows through small success and encouragement. Then, now I would like to share you strategy number 1, small steps. Make speaking less scary. See the image here? The first strategy is using small steps. Speaking becomes less scary when teachers start with simple tasks. For example, pair work first. Let them one-to-one, pairs, 30-second talk, if a chance. 30 seconds only. Only say hello, hello, hey, and say good morning, good day. My name is Sarah. Glad to know you. And then, oh, nice weather. For example, oh, nice weather. How was your morning just now? Only small step. One sentence answer. And repeated practice with support. Small steps are powerful there because students experience success little by little. After one small success, they become more confident to try again and again. This is based on social cognitive theory. Brown states that language teaching should support meaningful communication, not only language forms. Reminder for all of us, small steps build big progress. Repeat with support, repeat again happily. Then, strategy 2, meaningful tasks. Let students speak with purpose. Try this task. I think all of my peers here as English teachers have already tried creatively in the classrooms. The second strategy is giving meaningful speaking tasks. Students speak more naturally when the topic feels real. We can use storytelling, then role play, picture talk, real life questions, mini presentations, and group discussions. For example, instead of asking students to memorize a dialogue, we can ask them to tell a simple story about their day. Describe, oh, this is picture of morning in Indonesia, for example. How do you feel when you see this picture? Or share their opinion about a real situation. When students feel the topic is connected to the real life, they become more engaged. Speaking becomes not only an academic task, but also a personal expression. This is in line with task-based learning, where students use language to complete meaningful tasks as discussed by Alice, and then also same with social cognitive theory by Bandura, 1997. When the topic feels real, students speak more naturally. Feedback that matters. This is also strategy for us. Correction, so helpful feedback means praise effort first. And I'm happy with all of my teachers. Since my primary schools, my English and math teachers, usually when they have read my answers of exams, and the teacher said, "Oh, smart girl, okay, you have correct a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, blah blah blah." Then, see, when you see these words, this is correct or misspelling, you can see it. My teachers press effort first, so I also follow them. Then correct one focus, use gentle language, then give the chance, invite revision, because we focus on progress. And don't forget to celebrate small wins. Students may forget the correction, but they remember how correction makes them feel. So good feedback should build confidence, not shame. Based on Happy and Timperley also explain that effective feedback helps students understand where they are and how to improve. Then, about teachers' role. The teacher's role is not only to explain lessons. In EFL speaking, the teacher is also a confidence builder. Teachers can normalize mistakes. Don't worry. Protect silent learners, of course. Model respectful listening and celebrate progress. Before students speak English, they need to feel safe as humans. A safe classroom helps students take risks, ask questions, and speak without fear of humiliation. For me, this is the heart of teaching because we love to teach. We teach language, connect with our students. We teach language, but we also build confidence and dignity. So we have to be happy when make improvement. Dear Prof. Mashadi, my friends, ladies and gentlemen, to conclude, speaking confidence is built by safe space, small steps, courage to try, so we can conquer the challenges, meaningful practice, and positive feedback. EFL speaking is not only about perfect grammar or pronunciation, it is also about courage, practice, and supportive learning. When students feel safe, they dare to speak. My personal reminder for students and peers is this lovely sentence. And I'm happy to repeat again this sentence. Every expert was once a beginner. Every achievement begins with the courage to take the first step. So keep learning, keep growing, and keep believing in your progress. Confidence opens the door, practice builds the journey. Learning never stops. Thank you very much for your attention in joining this presentation. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Remember always, everyone is awesome. Happy learning, happy working, and happy researching. Stay strong, stay healthy, stay happy, keep growing. Thank you. Have a good day.
You are always on my mind.